All right, hey my friends, how are you doing? So last week you guys were telling me that you wanted to talk about soccer balls. So this week we're going to talk about soccer balls a little bit, okay? As you can see, I have my soccer shirt. This is my favorite soccer team. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the field, about the parts of the field, and about the ball and the parts of the ball. And then when we meet up on Thursday, we'll talk about the equipment that you wear, okay? So here we go. So we're going to start off by talking a little bit about the soccer field, okay? So let me draw a soccer field real quick. All right, so there you have it. There's my little soccer field. So now let's talk about the parts a little bit. This right here is called the center spot, and that's where the game gets started. Okay, the ball gets put in the middle, and then one of the teams gets to start with the ball. So that's where they put the ball when you start the game. Okay, over here you have the goals. The goals. So we have one goal on this side and one goal on the other side. Okay. And here's where you need to try to make the ball. You need to try to kick the ball in or hit the ball in with your head. And if you make the ball inside the net, this right here is the net, then you get 1 point for your team. All right? So that's how you get points in soccer. You have to try to make the ball in the goal. This right here is called the corner arc. The corner arc. And players get to kick the ball in from the corner arc when the ball goes out of bounds. Okay? Over here, this big rectangle right here, it's called the penalty box. The penalty box. Alright? And that area, if somebody causes a foul, or somebody pushes somebody or trips somebody, that's a foul. They give the other team a penalty, and they get to kick a penalty from the penalty spot, which is this one. All right, and a penalty is when it's one player versus the goalie. So you get one player stands here, and the goalie stands here, and this player has to try to score a goal on the goalie by kicking the ball from the penalty spot. And all his other teammates have to wait over here on this side. These are all the teammates. They are not allowed to help him until he kicks the ball. And that's a penalty shot. Okay? So we have the goals. We have the corner arcs. We have the penalty box. And we have the center spot where we start the game. Okay, those are the main parts of a soccer field. All right, so now let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about the ball. Okay, here we go. All right, so now let me try my best to draw a soccer ball for you. And we'll talk a little bit about it. Here we go. All right, so here's my soccer ball. There you go. All right, there you go. So the whole outside of the soccer ball is called the cover, and it's made of all these shapes. As you can see, it's made out of hexagons, which has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's made of pentagons, which have 5 sides, like this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, and that's the whole outside of the soccer ball is called the cover. Okay, I'll write it right here, cover. Okay, and all these lines that hold all the shapes together are called the stitches. All these lines, they're stitched together to make the cover of the soccer ball. So these are the stitches. Okay, now this part right here is called the valve. Valve. And the valve is used to put air in the ball. So you use the needle, you use an air pump, and you pump air into the ball. That's the valve. Alright. And those are the main parts of the outside of the soccer ball. We have the cover, which is the entire surface. Alright, we have the valve, so you can put air inside, and we have the stitches. Alright, which is what connects all the shapes, the hexagons and the pentagons, so you can make the cover of the ball. Okay, now let's talk about the inside of the ball. So I'm going to cut a piece of the soccer ball off, just like that. Put a line. Okay, so imagine this is the inside of the ball. This part right here, like if I cut a hole in the ball and you can see the inside. Inside, there's a little pouch. This is a little pouch that holds the air in, and it's called the bladder. Bladder. Okay, so when you put air in through the valve, the bladder, which is the pouch inside the ball, holds the air in, kind of like a balloon. Okay, and remember, if the ball didn't have that air, you wouldn't be able to kick it or bounce it or dribble it. Alright, it would just be flat. So it needs that pouch inside, that bladder, to hold the air inside. Okay, and that's what that's called, the bladder. Alright, and there you have it. Those are the main parts of the soccer ball. Let's go over them one more time. We have the cover, which is the outside, which is the hexagons and the pentagons. We have the valve. Alright, that's what you use to put air inside the ball. We have the stitches, which is what holds all the shapes together to make the cover. And we have the bladder, and that's the pouch inside the ball that keeps the air in. Alright, there you have it. So you guys practice those words, those vocabulary words, and when we meet up on Thursday, we'll talk about them a little bit more, okay? And we'll also talk about the equipment that we wear for soccer. Alright, hope you have a good week. I'll see you on Thursday. Take care.